Hello.
Hello.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Respected listeners.
Hello.
Respected watchers.
Hello.
Welcome to our podcast.
Hello.
Shall we start off with some smoothness?
Okay. So, it's been a while. No, it's not been a while.
How long has it been?
Like the last time was
Feels like the last time I seen you was yesterday.
True. Maybe.
So, since it's been a really chill podcast today,
Yeah.
I was thinking,
We decided not to like Corona-fy it.
because I feel like every day we've been too much Corona.
it's too much Corona going out there, man. Too much.
It's like Corona.
Even though like places are chilling out now, but it's still too much. I guess let's move on from Corona.
Corona should be left behind.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking,
I wish you
since
could like go to like a physical form of Corona, like the Corona god. Like, please tell your minions to get out.
there was this meme on Instagram when I woke up today. It was like, Britney Spears
Yeah.
back in her that Toxic Days, and
Oh yeah.
what was the other one called? That her in a school uniform, like really slutty school uniform. Hit me, baby, mom. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah.
Maybe.
So it's like she was doing one of that tours,
Okay.
and it's like the caption is like, when a country starts to open up, ease on Corona pandemic measures.
Yeah.
And then she slowly turns around and then it's like, Corona. Okay, bitch. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Like a second way.
Yeah.
That's funny. True. Man.
So,
Oh yeah, true. Everyone is on about. Fuck. Okay. Fuck Corona.
okay, fuck Corona. I mean,
Huh.
this is one of our more personal podcasts, is for the people
Hence-
to know what we
Yeah.
are, what we do, how we eat, how we shit.
Exactly. Hence, you have like the music of the gods playing in the background.
Jazz.
Jazz. You like blues?
I do like blues. I mean, which blues? Like the black people blues?
The American.
Because the original R&B is
African-American.
rhythm and bass or rhythm and blues, right? What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but R&B music is
Rhythm and blues.
the original one.
Oh.
And then eventually it changed to the new shitty R&B as we're hearing right now.
I see.
Yeah.
I thought it was like something to do with like rock and something.
Rock and boobs.
Rock and boobs. I guess, yeah. From the music videos
Yeah.
back then, yeah.
I mean,
I guess you have a point, man. R&B. I never thought about that, but yeah. I mean,
because
blues is good, yeah. It has some sorrow in it.
it's actually originally was rhythm and blues.
Okay, I
the
see.
initial who started was actually the African
from the
American
African
people.
Americans.
So they obviously they have rhythm.
Oh yeah, true.
Like they're the only people I have seen. I don't think I have ever seen a black guy or a black person who can't jam to a rhythm. Whereas if you give us a normal tune and it's a white person or
like
an
the whole
Indian,
race is musically gifted.
yeah, it's musically gifted, man. Like they are
True,
gifted
man,
really
yeah.
well in every sense. They're like
Guess.
gifted with their.
I guess it has to do with culture as well, man. I guess they're more like. I guess we grew up in like. Okay, no.
It was. We do. No,
Culture
I think it's
is,
because they are grown up. Like with Asian
I
things,
think
it's like
hip-hop,
you.
yeah.
With Asians, we're like what? Our music is more classical style, and it's cool. It's like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, we don't choose to do anything that we want to do. We're
exactly.
made to choose.
That's also there.
You know.
Maybe, yeah, I guess maybe it's just like inbred in India.
Yeah, it's like if you're.
Wait,
if you're
did I
like
say inbred?
Yeah.
That's the wrong word, I guess.
indicted.
Indicted, yeah. Inbred.
See, one of the things I've noticed is like, if you're Asian or
Yeah.
mostly Indian, but like the older generation I'm talking about, like our age people, right? And I mean, I'm not saying everyone, but
Yeah.
mostly. I remember like if I went and told my dad or my mom in that sense, like, hey, I want to do horse riding. I don't know, that's the gay. I want to learn.
Coming to horse riding, like when I was growing up and like came to like 10th grade or something, when we had like sex ed, like biology, when it came to like reproductive biology,
Yeah.
basically I remember reading this that because there's a social stigma of like
The social hierarchy.
no stigma of like tone hymen is like you lose your virginity. But there are different other ways.
Yeah,
you
other
can
reasons.
lose.
Yeah, yeah.
So one of them was horse riding.
You mean like different other reasons to lose your virginity?
No, I mean like.
Oh, you mean like if you torn your
yeah, like a torn hymen.
you have
like
had sex.
Yeah. I mean that's a stigma. Like
Yeah,
if
stigma,
They see a torn hymen.
Yeah.
I mean not see. If, they
If you
feel
don't see it.
Yeah. No.
If you don't see any blood when you put it in first time, that means you are.
No. Just in general, like okay, like you know those like high conservative societies where like you know they have the lady to check whether the girl is like.
They used to. I think they still.
You know,
do. They still.
yeah,
do. They still. Do.
It was like
Not the high society. It's like the worst.
And those very conservative ones.
Conservative ones.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
ones,
Muslims still are into that. Muslims and Hindus.
Maybe, yeah, I guess, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and plus, it was a royal thing. Even the royals used to get that.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, like.
They should have checked their kings, man. Imagine guys at a virginity checker. You couldn't like. How would you know if a guy's a virgin? You can't.
Exactly.
Peel
But
it back.
when I was young, a friend of mine told me that guys have like a hymen.
What?
In the sense, this is what he said. He's like, we both were young. I mean, we all were young. We were like 7th grade or something, like 7th standard. So basically, he was like, the skin of our like
the
penis,
foreskin basically.
not foreskin, the skin, just the skin, the whole shaft
Uh-huh.
of the penis, the skin. It has a thin membrane, and when you like when you have a to and fro motion,
Yeah.
like when you like jerk it so as to speak,
Uh-huh.
it tears away that skin, and that's when you lose your. And I'm like,
Makes no sense.
I know.
You're like, what? That means if
I
you
mean,
jack off, you...
Exactly, that's my point. I'm like, we jack up. That's it. I'm not a virgin. But
It's like that's like saying, can a girl lose their virginity to a girl? Put it in. Yeah. I mean, basically the purpose of the hymen, physiological purpose, is apparently it's an eternal mystery.
Oh,
because no one really knows what it's there for, right? So supposedly, it's said it doesn't seem to have a specific function, but rather it's thought that the hymen tissue remains as a vestige of vaginal development to keep germs and dirt out of the vagina.
Germs.
But then
Evolution.
the hymens is it is actually it's just before
I guess.
I think it's basically like maybe back then people didn't have underwears or something, you don't want shit going in there without.
So evolution thought of another way.
Yeah,
Maybe true.
I mean like.
But evolution is very funny. Like I mean,
People no evolution. No. This is I don't think this was evolutionally there. We were just born with it, right? And then it's just like evolution. They just didn't get rid of it. If it was evolution, that should be gone by now because we don't use hymen anymore.
True. But the thing is, like, the thing of evolution, like they say, it's quite vibrant in the animal kingdom. Like if you see
In animal kingdom, it is.
it's like, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I was watching a documentary the other day. It's like the giraffes.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they have long necks is because their diet only consists from like leaves of a tree that's barked up high. Barked up high.
Yeah,
Perched up high.
Yeah.
Barked up high. Okay, yeah, perched up high, and then basically throughout the years, basically, I guess they are like trying to reach them, like, and then God is like, okay, whoop, and now they have long. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, until this day, they don't eat anything else. They just eat those leaves, apparently. But
Yeah, I've seen that actually. They don't really, they don't grease down.
And like their tongues are dark because if you've seen a giraffe, they always have their tongues sticking out apparently. And it's only the front bit of their tongue is like blue black, because for sun protection. So it makes sense because you're high up there, closer to the sun rays. So that's okay. Yeah,
Evolution does make sense, but I just don't know, like, if humans have evolved in the sense that we came from monkeys or anything, That's not monkeys, sorry, chimpanzees or apes, they call it. Yeah. We have resemblance to them.
True.
But we're not evolved from them. I mean, we were always humans.
Okay.
Human evolution may have changed in the sense that, like, we are, we're more fine touch people now.
True.
Back then, because now you use a lot of things that needs more fine touch or fine precision stuffed things. But then, if you think about it, all the ancient, they call it the ancient history, which is like the Egyptians, the old Incans, Mayans. They're all ancient history.
Yeah.
This is supposedly before Christ happened, right? So it's a
BC.
long time ago, BC, and this even went a long time back. So that means evolution must have happened way long time, because if you look at all the art, if you look, okay, say if you go around the period of the ancient India is like, it's not India right now. I mean, it's mostly India, and then half of like all of Persia, all that was technically ancient India. And all around these places, they have fine artwork done by hands. Like, you know, these sculptures and all these stuff that's on temples and everything done by hands.
Like
and then also, and then you have all these Greek structures, you know, Greek.
Okay.
But then some of the Greek ones are recent, because it's mostly like people that we know about.
Yeah.
It's mostly after Christ, I think.
Okay.
Not exactly after Christ, but it's more recent.
Yeah.
And also, if you look at Egypt, all of these stuff that's been made, precise to the point of people's faces and everything, it's done by hand, and it's very fine stuff. So you can't have been dumb.
Precision is lost.
So we can't have been that dumb to be this thing. So we must have evolved in a sense that we've been much better.
True.
Way long ago. And what we are right now, I feel like we might have evolved less now, because people are not as smart as they used to be once, I think.
Dude, we have an app for everything. We have made life too easy.
That's the problem.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna have something later.
No, that's the problem.
Like,
when there is no challenge to do things, you're
when
not
not using the stuff.
Yeah.
Why would you even like care for, like, in the sense, like, obviously you don't use. Suppose I grew up not using my right arm for some reason. I don't know. I didn't use it at all. I guess.
You would never know what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah, and plus, I guess my body will sooner or later realize, okay, this guy's not using this arm. Let's see his kid. Like, I get a kid, God forbid, I get a kid without a right arm. But like, I'm saying, like, if you don't use it, I guess evolution will remove it off eventually. So
Eventually,
I guess
that's one of the biggest things.
True. Anyways, back to our
Personal
plan
stuff
for this podcast. Yeah, we were thinking of like talking about like medicine in general, like in the sense why we the
chose
whole
medicine.
spectrum are evolved, like surrounding medicine. So I guess
our childhood up until right now, and why and when and who
childhood.
made
I
us.
think we can do it another. We'll make that. We'll
Okay,
ease
why?
them.
Okay, so do you think just why we chose medicine?
Yeah, like the first thing I have down here is like why we chose medicine. No, wait. Initially, before medicine. So prior to medicine. What were your 3 options prior to medicine?
I never had 3 options. I just had one option.
Medicine?
Not for myself.
Okay.
From my parents, it was just medicine. From my parents, it was just like, even from a younger age, they were really smart. They used to be like, oh, blah blah. If you're a doctor, you have high status in the community.
Oh yeah.
If you're a doctor, you do this. If you're a doctor, you can sit at home and bitches come to you. I mean, personally, I've never been that attracted to money.
Oh.
As in, obviously, you need money. Money makes the world go around. It is true. If you don't have money, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying that I want to be poor, but what I'm saying is like, have money, but I'm not interested in making so much money. Like, what's the point of all that?
Like, have enough money so as to have bread and butter.
Bread and butter, and at least have a good life.
I never got that phrase, bread and butter. I'm like, okay,
Bitch, you can't live on bread and butter.
Exactly, like dinner, bread and butter. Breakfast, bread and butter. I'm like, that's the depression.
Damn British people with bread and butter. No, so what happened is like, it was my mom and dad, they're both in the medical field.
Oh, okay.
So I think but it's just my mother's side. It's mostly towards medical field. My dad's side is all. No, my mom's is actually they're all different types. So like lawyers, engineers, blah 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 blah. But I remember there was this time when being an engineer was looked down on, because there were so many engineers passing out and they were being jobless. True, but the thing is, people, you can call anyone an engineer. Like if you're a computer engineer, that's an engineer. If you're an architect, you're also an engineer.
Yeah. If you're a DJ, audio engineer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you can base your engineer term. It's a very broad spectrum, and then people misuse that.
Okay.
So there was a time where, I think it was mostly in India, where there was a lot of unemployment in regards to engineers, because I think even now there is so many.
No, yeah, true.
If you do BTech, you're an engineer.
You're an engineer, you end up as a salesman.
You end up as a salesman, don't you know what I think?
Yeah.
So
Too
I
many
remember,
engineers.
I've always had interest in building, like construction, like architecture.
Oh, okay.
So I love doing that. And I remember, like, even in high school, I did one of my minors were product design.
Product design.
And yeah, product design. And then I also like filmmaking. But if you're Asian, especially Indian, you tell your mom and dad you want to be into movies and filmmaking. Aye. First thing they give you is that look, and the second thing is that slap that comes after the look. So I was really into filmmaking. So what I would do was I would sneak off, like during. I mean, I wouldn't not sneaking off. It was actually I wouldn't tell my parents that I would be doing stuff in like film school or like learn filmmaking. Not like drama classes, none of that shit. Like I wanted to like learn filmmaking, and most of the acting experience that I learned was from, when you watch people, like actors, really good actors, and then it's called method acting. You watch
method acting, yeah, exactly.
And then you watch them, see how they are. So, and then I did media studies as one of my other minors in high school before I finished, and I did those two things was kind of my really. I put more effort into these than medical related field stuff like biology, chemistry, and that stuff in school when I was in school. Okay. And after I finished high school, I remember like my first year of like after I finished high school, I was waiting. And to get into med school is quite hard.
Exactly.
Like you do a lot of
especially
stuff.
In
like,
the West,
you do a lot of stuff, and then if you don't get in, that's it. And in where I came, while I was studying, it was only one option. You can only apply once. After that, you have to apply. If you want to apply again, you have to do like a graduate entry kind of thing, like do a degree, stuff like that. So thing is, when you spend so much time trying to get into med school and you don't get in, that makes you like you give up.
Exactly.
You're like, fuck.
I get it. Yeah.
I just can't be bothered with this anymore. So that's what happened, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just finish with that. Completely throughout my 4 years of university, my initial degree, I never thought about doing medicine.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I had my life planned out. Let's do this, do that. But I was more interested in like filmmaking and all that stuff. So we used to do like short films. We had like film festivals and like, so we used to like make short films with my friends, give our entries in, do that stuff like that. So I learned a lot about filmmaking in that sense. That's why even now, that's why I like photography. That was one of my other things. So like it was either architecture or photography. So I initially thought maybe after I finish this degree, maybe I could do something architecture wise.
Oh, like still be
something that
like
I can
like a Netted atlas.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
For all those who are not medical related, there's like an atlas of pics and like caricatures of the organs. It's called Nettus. I mean, that's a dude. He's an artist and
he's a doctor. He's an actual
doctor, but he was a good artist. So he kind of made a whole atlas on like. I think I heard he went through like 700 or like 400 bodies, like just like cutting open and like whatever blue dry. That takes.
I watched. I think it was a video of him. His initial days of him sketching a lot of stuff, and to be honest, if you compare Netter's anatomy stuff to anyone else's, it's very very good, very easy to understand, and for students. So he spent his life and time well.
That's a good marriage between your life career and your hobby.
Or
your talents.
Or your talents, yeah. Sorry. And so, the thing about talents is like you can have a talent, but you need to enjoy that talent.
True.
Otherwise, you would give up on life.
Yeah, you gotta use it. I mean, otherwise, I guess when I was growing up, they used to say if you don't use your talent, well, you get punished by God. I'm like, what? For not doing something, you get punished by God. Balls. But now I actually kind of see it like if you are good in something,
do it.
Yeah. If not, what's the point? It's like
the problem is
like God gave you something and you're like, fuck it.
The problem with talent is like, okay, you have a talent with something, say even playing music or whatever. Like a lot of the talents, you're not born with it. You have to like improvise upon it and do better.
Exactly.
And you need that push initially, right?
Yeah.
Say one of the biggest things in the Indian community, I would say, when it comes to like these extracurricular activities or such as talents. I mean, I'm saying do not include the talents such as studying. That's not a talent.
Yeah, Indian parents, studying is not a talent.
Yeah, we have to do it. We have no other choice.
Yeah, it's part of life.
Yeah. So, like, our parents don't really push us for that talent. Say you went to your parents and you're like, Mom, Dad, I want to play piano. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. They'll be like, okay, you have a piano in the corner of the house, play it. Like, bitch, how am I meant to...
Like, they don't think of it as a career choice. Like, can't be a pianist.
Yeah. Okay, fun thing is like, you can't learn something on your own. You can't learn to read music. I'm not Beethoven or fucking.
Yeah, true.
Who else is good there? I don't know. Beethoven's uncle or something.
Chopin.
Whoever it is, maybe. So like you need that. The thing is, with talent, you need to be pushed for it.
True.
And with most.
You need to discover it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is like with most. I'm talking about most Indian parents. Okay, whether it be the money or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if it is not. Now we have YouTubes and everything. Everything's online.
Yeah.
Now there's more
It's
chance
easy.
of us
Yeah,
doing
it's
things.
easier.
But when we were younger, we had dial-up internet. Bro.
Dial-up, man. Those
So
days.
those pictures used to take a while to load up. So imagine videos. So in a sense, people are a lot more. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like the reason why a lot of the talents have been kind of dead, unless you are say you're in a situation where you're allowed to go out. We weren't even allowed to go outside for more than 7 amount of hours. They'd be like, why? You know, it was constantly frowned upon.
Yeah.
They're like,
When we heard the word like curfew and all with this quarantine, we were like, okay, cool. Back in the days, white people were like, oh, curfew. What is this? Is this some kind of torture? No, we were used to it.
we Indians are like,
people in Asia and all, like your parents were like, curfew, come back by 9. If you don't, you see.
yeah. So we're like, bitch,
It's more
please,
like,
this is
it's not a
nothing new.
Western term, like curfew. Curfew is like.
That's it. So
True.
that was one of the things. And then after I finished my degree, one of my best friends at the time, well, he
Yeah.
still is my best friend, not at the time. As in, he put the idea of like, let's do medicine.
Oh, okay.
And I think we had a talk. You know, one of those talks when you're having a couple of beers.
Mm.
It wasn't beer. I don't know what we were drinking, but it was good something. And we're chilling, and he was like, "Bro, why don't we just do medicine? Let's try it again." And then that's how the idea went back into my head.
Okay.
And obviously, when you go to an Asian parent and be like, "Mommy,
Medicine.
Daddy, medicine," that's all they care about.
Take
they
my
hear,
money.
yeah, they hear medicine. They're like, "We don't care if you're fucking dying. You're doing it, no problem." So, in a sense, I think it's some of the things when they say, "What's meant to be is meant to be," kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fate or whatever, destiny or whatever
True.
shit they tell.
I see.
So here I am. And
Medicine.
Medicine it is. So
5 years in.
Yeah. What about you, man? Was the same for you, or was it?
Okay, what the question? Okay, yeah. So before initially medicine, I had three.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Three.
I had three like options before getting into
You
medicine.
chose it, or your mom and dad chose it?
No, me.
Oh, you chose it.
Yeah, me in general.
Were they disappointed with any of those choices?
No, actually, it was kind of normal. Those
Really?
choices. Like
Oh,
actually, yeah, it was excited. Doesn't make any Indian parent go wet like. But like, hear me out. Initially, pilots.
Ooh, that's
Because
a good one.
I used to love planes. I
My
love
brother
planes.
wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah?
And if there was one time even I was interested in becoming a pilot,
Oh.
but then I realized I never did physics.
Oh.
And to become a pilot, a minimum requirement is physics.
Dude, my pilot thingy was before I entered the world of physics. So
Oh, really?
after I entered the world of physics, I was like, that's gone. But still, yeah. I mean, no. I used to like where I grew up. I used to live right like, like close by to an airport.
Mm-hmm.
So there was all like planes coming in and out. So whenever a plane used to come out, I used to like, no matter what I was doing at that time, like I would just like randomly drop everything, go in the balcony, actually stare at the plane until it went
Oh shit.
went above.
You had one of those really good interests in those.
Yeah, like no, not interested. I think just fascinated, like something
Yeah.
big flying in.
Flying around, yeah.
Oh, it was like I literally used to like follow like schedules and actually like look up.
When the next flight is.
Yeah, like when the next
Oh,
flight.
shit.
Like yeah, I used to like actually, I used to know them like.
That's
So-
interest, This is what we call proper interest.
Yeah, that I was like actually intrigued in like pilots. But then, as I said, physics came in and then I was like, fuck that. And then the next one, I grew up as a Catholic.
Uh-huh.
I am still a Catholic.
Okay.
I grew up as.
Well, like I grew
I'm
up as
still,
a Catholic,
I'm
now
still
being
Catholic.
radicalized into.
So the second one was being a priest. Don't laugh.
Oh my god, no way!
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, you do know Catholics can't have sex.
Huh?
I mean, Catholic priests have to be celibate through their whole life.
Oh, I knew that all. I was like,
What?
Like,
How old were you when you chose to be a priest?
it was like around
6?
till the 8th grade of
So
standard.
you were like 10, 12.
That was when
Okay.
I was like,
Okay,
priest
I
is
can
not.
forgive you. I can
Yeah.
forgive you.
But I
priest.
was like solid Catholic. like before that, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a priest. I'm gonna be a priest.
Did you
Because I used to like with my sisters when we were young, like and parents used to go for work and all, and we were just at home like doing nothing. I used to like ear chips, like banana chips. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it's a good I mean South Asian thing, like banana chips,
Yeah,
or like anything that looked circular.
Circle. Oh, okay.
I used to be like, body of Christ, come here. Come here, sister. Come here. Take body of Christ, and I used to like make them go and. I have like two.
Yeah.
I have like two
Three
sisters.
sisters.
Three sisters. Okay,
Okay.
let's say three sisters. Yeah. I have three sisters. So I used to like make them like repeat, fast. Body of Christ.
How
Come,
many
come again, fast. I used to like, yeah, I used to like go on like for like 2 hours, just like randomly giving them banana. They're like, I'm full. Like, no, come here, body of Christ. But I mean, I still have respect for that field. I mean, given the fact, I mean, I know there's like the
You need to
stereo-
study a lot.
You need to study a lot. You need to like focus a lot, and like it's a lot of sacrifice. And I still have
There's smart
respect for
people
any.
on there, like because
Yeah.
theology is quite a intense subject, isn't it? Like you learn a lot.
It's like
Like it's
it's
proper
not just
history,
learning. It's like
proper
living
history.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. History, and you have
I
to
don't think
like.
I could ever do that, man. Like to be such like
And a
by
strict
becoming
regime.
a priest, you're quite strict, right, into doing everything. Like
Yeah.
I think if I ever became a priest, I would probably be, even if I'm like thinking about I don't know something bad, like if I see a nice car and I'd be like I want to ride it. Bad thought, You know what I mean by
No, I mean I'm pretty sure priests and all they still have those thoughts and all, but I guess it's being a priest is more like showing the world that you're committed. Like I know there are some priests that are like
I can show you the world.
like I mean true. I mean it's not just priests.
Oh, now I see-
religious.
now I see
there are
why.
many people who kind of exploit.
I'm
the
so
name
sorry
of
in
religion.
saying this, but
But,
you know how you said I can show you the world
yeah.
by priests.
Oh.
Now I know why there's so many allegations against them.
Ah. No,
You know what I'm talking about.
No,
You
yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
That's the thing. Like, even though there's like a lot of, blah blah bullshit going out there, based on like priests, and not just priests, religious leaders like
Yeah.
imams and
Every
pundits or
bro,
whatever.
every one of them has
Yeah,
problems.
like
and they'll
basic-
hide it.
Yeah, that's
You know
what-
these Dev G's and Guru G's.
Exactly. I know it's there, but I still respect the
That
profession.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of commitment and you
Yes.
sacrifice a lot, and to be committed to that it's not easy. It's easy to just say and easy to laugh, but I still have respect, even though that dream of being a priest
That's
was,
one of the reasons why, if you look at society, like I don't know about society in general, but in India especially, like if you're a doctor, if you're a priest, a teacher,
yeah,
or any of these kind of things, you're respected very well in society.
true.
And I think they know the amount of effort and amount
it
of
is a lot,
dedication
yeah,
they put into such of these
effort
things.
and blah blah.
And one of the big things when you were saying this, I've realized it's the values of each of these professions has degraded in Western countries.
True. I mean, yeah. Okay. It's still preserved in the East, but yeah.
Yeah, in the West,
Yeah.
it's gone
West
because
is kind of.
it's degrading because
yeah.
we would like if you go to the Eastern countries, teachers are actually treated really well. They have respect. Teachers, police officers, all they have you scared of them. You have respect.
True.
There's difference between respect and scared, right? Being feared. But the thing is, you have this respect. Whereas if you look at the Western countries, they don't. Even priests don't have that much respect.
Exactly.
Their own teachers don't even get any respect.
I mean, yeah, all the small professions are kind of like. I get it, yeah, but never, yeah. I mean, the same thing goes on. I think we can speak about religion in some other podcast,
Yeah.
but like, one point I want to say is like, I feel every religion goes through phases, and like first phase is obviously. You establish the religion.
initiation kind
You
of thing.
establish the religion. You have the principles, values, rules all made up. I mean, not made up, made,
Mm-hmm.
and like established and like implemented. Then you have the phase of spreading.
Yeah.
So, like a good way of that phase is like, I guess, in medieval Europe you had the conquistadors. The
Or the Dark Ages kind of.
yeah. I mean the.
Oh, you mean the Crusades?
the Crusades,
Yeah.
yeah, and all those. They would go out and like
Implement, yeah.
hook or crook, whether you
Yeah, yeah.
you said no, dead.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was like strict, so you had to so it was implemented, and then you had the phase of just like following everything, blah blah blah, like living, living in terms of like the religion's values and principles, and then you have a plateau phase. That is the plateau phase, and then you have a decline.
Mhm.
So right now, I feel
It's
Europe
decline.
and just the West in general is just declining, and this goes with all religions.
Yeah.
So you can say Christianity is like kind of in that phase. I mean, the decline phase.
Christianity is in decline right
Yeah,
now.
but
we can actually cover this topic in
Mm,
detail
true.
in next podcast. I mean, in another podcast.
true.
But I'll let you finish off right now. And
Yeah,
then
no,
we'll-
I just wanted to say like Christianity is what you can see, but newer religions like Islam and like Sikhism, they are not yet in that phase, but maybe later on.
it's yeah.
But-
But I don't want to say anything right now. Because I want to like improve upon this later on. As in, like, I want to add on to this. But
Okay.
it's a really good topic.
Yeah, so
So you said
Phases are
initially you
there.
wanted to be a pilot, and
pilot, okay, priest,
then
and
priest, and then doctor.
Doctor came up like towards the end because I
Also,
sucked.
what was the third one?
Yeah,
Oh,
doctor.
third one was doctor. Oh, so it was there.
I mean, like I used to draw and like sketch, and I do come from a family of like artists,
Mhm.
and like I have like a few artists in the family. But so art was always there, but I never saw it as like a career option, like being an artist,
Yeah,
like being like one of my.
To be honest, being an artist is not really a career option. Like to make it big is
Yeah, no.
to survive off it is hard. I'll be honest
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, exactly.
It's hard.
Survive is kind of like
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that. And yeah, I knew like the third one, we being medicine, came very late because I knew maths wasn't for me. Like, oh, maths was like, oh my goodness. I remember, this is a true thing. Like, I finished my my high secondary, like the last exams before graduating high school. So the last exam, the last exam was maths.
Mhm.
Mathematics or math, if you're. I don't know why the Americans call it math.
Math. Or Canadians.
Math. I'm like,
Oh,
it's
because-
mathematics.
Because math is singular and mathematics is plural, is it not? Something like that?
yeah,
to be honest, I
but-
don't know. Americans are
but
weird.
why? Like, it's mathematics. The short form of that is
Maths.
maths. It makes sense because
Yeah.
it's an S, it's plural. And they math. Oh, when I see those American TV shows,
Oh,
math.
I have math and calculus. Who the fuck does calculus, bro?
Just call it in. If you use mathematics, you won't be using calculus. You'll like, you'll be like, okay, yeah, but
Halfway
basically.
around the world, you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is calculus?
So yeah, math is kind of triggering. But anyways, basically, maths was my last exam, and I remember we had a exam center. We had to like go to another school to write that exam. So I remember going in, and I knew maths was never meant for me. Never. It was like that whole exam, the whole ordeal of studying through it was like pain and everything. So I was like, fuck it, let's go with it, finish it off. God is on my side. So I go in the morning of that day, and I was seeing like all my other friends. I thought like we'll just chill and just like talk, but everyone was like discussing all like blah 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 previous year questions. I don't know, like previous question banks of like different years and all that. I'm like, okay, let them speak. Go write my exam, and it was the worst exam experience ever. Like, I did not even recall completing an answer. I mean, completing a question all the way to the point of the final answer. Never. All the way through, like, maths is all about like steps and all that, no, until you find the final X or Y or whatever, blah blah. Like, alphabets coming into maths sucked, basically. Algebra and all that bullshit. But anyways, nevertheless, I don't recall like completing a whole question. And there are different stages of questions. Yeah, the 1 mark, 7 mark, 3 marks, 4 marks, or 7. The higher. Not even 1. It was so horrible. The bus journey back, I think was the funny thing. We were in the bus. There was a guy, and I think his maths exam went bad as well. So he was like, before we started the bus, he's like, everyone, we are done with school, because it was the last exam. We're done with school. Let's not talk about this exam. Let's all like relax and enjoy. We're done with school. The moment the engine started of the bus, everyone, hey, what did you get for number 5? Hey, what did you get for number 6? I'm like, oh, bullshit. They are like, the worst part is like, you try to close your ears, but you can't, because you'll still hear someone
Somebody's
being like,
getting answers,
oh,
like-
I got X plus Y plus 3. And I'm like, fuck, that was an X and Y. Like,
That's like you're writing your answer could be like X plus Y equals Z.
Exactly,
Like,
and-
oh, mine was like Anchorage. What? Nothing.
like whole digits. it was horrible basically. And
Is that when you realized there were X and Y's in the whole exam? I thought it was maths. I thought it was just numbers.
I blame the Americans. They brought calculus. But nevertheless, it was a long wait for our final results. Like, it was about 2 months. And I remember after the exam, I went up to my dad, and he's a big maths fan.
Oh.
He loves maths in general. So I was like, look, I just wrote the exam. Prepare. If something goes bad, just prepare. I'm telling you right now. Don't blame me later that I didn't tell you that I sucked in maths. He's like, okay, I understand. 2 months come by, and the day before the results got announced, I was like, I didn't do nothing. That my mood was so off, and like I remember, I started the day before at 9 o'clock in the evening.
Waiting for the exam.
Yeah, I mean, I think the results.
Yeah.
The results was gonna be announced like 6 in the morning, and the day before 9 o'clock in the evening, I started like praying my rosary beads. I was full on that back then, man. Trust me, I was like full on. Okay, and it came to the point at 1 or 2 in the morning. Okay. I kept on, like, I was full going at it, like, oh please. And then obviously 1 or 2 in the morning, by then I was exhausted. I was like,
wait, don't you think, can I say something, right? Like, I mean, not just you, even I do that too. It's like, shouldn't we be praying before the exam is corrected? Like before
I know it's kind
of the questions being corrected, not after the finish of the fucking transit.
I know, like, it sucks praying when you need.
Miraculously becomes an A from a B.
Like, when you actually need help, you turn to God. But you know, it was those type of moments I needed, like, because I didn't want to go to I didn't mind failing. I just didn't want to go to the ordeal of studying it all over again, man. That was the worst. So I was like praying, get my heart out, like praying. And then by 1 or 2 in the morning, kept on continuously praying, by the way. I was just exhausted. I was like, God, please give me a sign. Give me a sign that I'm gonna pass. Please, I've been praying for the past, 6 hours? Please, not 6 hours, maybe 4 hours, yeah. Please, just give me a sign. I, your loyal servant, I just ask for just a sign. That's all I need. That's all I know, that I'm just going to pass. I'm not asking for 100. I'm not asking for, it was out of 100, the marks.
40%. Just the 40%.
Exactly, just the just enough, so I at least like clear the rope, basically. I just want one sign. And at that same, I shit you not, that same move. You know the old, I mean, now the air cons are more like the cylinder, but you know those box ones,
square ones,
the box ACs, the box air cons. You know, they had like a cover,
and you take it off,
and all that, blah blah. I shit you not, but the moment I was like praying, give me a sign, that exact moment, I had an aircon in my bedroom, the whole thing came down falling, like, and my laptop and my computer was right underneath, so it just like fell on top of that. And I took it as a sign, but not a good sign, because it fucking ruined my laptop. I mean, my computer. So I was like, oh shit, this is the sign. I was like, and I screamed like a girl, okay? My dad comes running. He knows I'm scared of like stuff easily. He's like, what happened? I'm like, he sees me with a rosary bead in the, like, looking towards a picture of Jesus Christ. I'm like, I saw a cockroach. I can't tell him, like, I was praying and got a sign and all. It was 2 in the morning.
What do you mean saw a cockroach?
I don't know. I just like
AC fell.
I know.
Did your dad not see the AC?
No, he was just looking at me. Yeah, I'm like, because he was also like Daisy and all. He just suddenly got up from sleep, right? He was also like half walking like that. Oh, what happened? And then I'm like, I saw a cockroach. Why you get scared? You're a grown boy, can't you? Good night, bye. Close the door. And I was like, oh,
bro.
I knew that was it. So I was like, okay. That's the worst part also. The moment I saw a sign, I got a sign. God is like, you might fail. I'm like, okay, bye. No more prayers for you. But shit, no, basically after that I felt sad, and I was like,
one question.
Yeah.
Just because you're Indian, I'm gonna ask you, or Asian. The AC fell and the computer broke too. What happened then? Who's getting the blame?
No, surprisingly
the cockroach.
Surprisingly, the computer didn't break. It just fell, and the monitor fell down, like tipped over.
What about the next morning when your dad came into your room?
But then I was like,
It would have been funny if he seen you on your knees praying to God with the rosary bead, and then he looks towards the side. Imagine there's a Ouija board in front of you. I can explain that. I can explain.
First of all, you won't even know what's a Ouija
It's
board.
it's the nun.
Wooden board. Let's use it for cutting onions.
Are you playing chess in the night?
Exactly.
Good son, good.
Exactly.
I want you to get well.
But then the morning came, and then because I slept, I overslept, and I get a call from my sister.
Ooh.
And she's like, hey, congrats. I'm like, what? I'm like, congrats. And I'm like, for what? I'm like, you did well. And then I looked up my grades. I was like, completely without brushing teeth, nothing, just like went on the monitor. I tipped it back up again, the monitor, and then like I searched up, and then basically I did like very well. And
In
like,
maths.
no, in like, there are like 5 subjects.
Uh-huh.
I did in 2 of them I got in the 90s that time.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I did well in like 3, and then 2 of them was
Above
okay-ish
70s.
in the sense like one was physics, so I was like,
Okay.
okay, fuck it. No, no.
When you say you did well, you mean above 70s, right?
Yeah, exactly, like 71, like
Yeah, because we're Asian, man.
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
keep
that's
it.
what-
Let's
yeah,
keep the
yeah,
high
yeah,
standards.
70s. Okay, it's actually good.
Yeah, it's good. That's an A
Yeah.
in the UK.
But maths, I shit you not, passed it by 1 grade.
Ooh!
I'm 100% sure that I did fail it, but the corrector, whatever the guy who was in charge of correcting the
He was a
scores,
senior.
he's like, fuck this guy, man. This guy, I don't want to correct this guy's paper again. One mark, grace mark.
Fuck
Go,
him,
you
yeah,
pass.
fuck him, just
I don't
pass.
want to see your paper again. So I'm
That's-
like, till that day. That whole thing boosted up my,
Confidence.
not confidence, my religiousness. Maybe
Oh, religious. Oh,
brought back priesthood. But then I was like,
The next day you wore one of those things.
a dog
that-
collar. A collar
Yeah,
there.
dog collar. And had a rosary bead in your hands and went downstairs and be like, Mother, call me father.
Good one. Yeah, that's a good one. But that's just. I mean, after that day, I sworn to myself that I'm not gonna pick anything to do with numbers. And here we are. I'm like medicine. I took the science field, and I couldn't jump into like.
Once you go science, there's no going
Yeah,
back.
once you go science, it's either medicine or like.
Yeah, something
The
science
numbers
related. The
field.
numbers field.
Yeah.
But even numbers field, you really need to do something on maths and physics.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah, it's
that's the
more or
thing.
less, yeah.
Otherwise, you're just like a dumbass sitting inside, like, what's going on?
True. And what else? What's next up in this?
Ah.
If not medicine, what?
If not medicine, I mean, like that you chose. How did you come here though? That's the thing. Like how why?
Me and plus also the same thing with you. You know, you said your friend was like, oh, let's do medicine. I also had a close
yeah.
friend. He
Yeah.
was also like, oh, well, let's
Big
do
T.
basic.
It's
Oh
big
yeah,
T.
yeah, yo.
Big T.
People don't know, but
People don't
Big
know.
T.
Big T.
They call
No.
him big, not for the reasons.
No,
you're
for the
thinking.
reasons that we think you're.
But-
Oh, you know when you think like when we do a double meaning. When you say a joke or when you say something, it has double meaning, right? I was watching Family Guy the other day, and they were like Peter, Quagmire,
Yeah.
all of the guys they were talking about like they're having this dream sequence. So they're all like, "Oh, guys, let's let's all like what do you call it? Let's go to like I don't know, like some city, some state in
Yeah.
America." They're like, because they throw beads, and then all the other ones except for the Quagmire has the same sort of a dream sequence. It's like they're throwing literally rosary beads at people, but then Quagmire's like just pulling on beads, and it's just not ending. And then he goes, "We all know what's happening. You all know what's happening. The kids don't, but we do." Giggity go.
Quagmire, man. That's like Quagmire is basically Family's Guy initial plan to like go off like censored comedy.
Yeah.
But then I guess the network was like, no, you need to censor your
You need
shit.
to
I'm
censor
like,
your
okay, we'll keep Quagmire as a spirit of originality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that was our initial plan. But
Oh,
yeah, he's
okay.
funny. He's very
But I
low
think
key.
yeah.
Like,
That's and then what about any plans for the future? I mean, we're all finishing up soon. As in, we're finishing our
Oh, wait,
medical
no,
student career.
if not
soon.
medicine, what?
I told you we decided, right? If it wasn't for medicine, it would have been either I would have been an architect. I mean, I'm a biomedic. I did my biomedic.
Why
degree,
did
so-
I even put this? I'm like, yeah, it was
So-
covered in the previous one.
Yeah,
I'm
so
shit.
I'm guessing.
Shitty notes here. Anyways, okay, the future.
what would you do? As in, like, what are your plans? Any plans?
No, in that sense, we are medicine-related futures.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, what are you into? Like, in terms of fields?
BDSM.
That is a medical field. Trust me, there'll be a lot of doctors out there.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I have no idea. I don't know what I want to do. As in, maybe in a couple of years, and maybe next year. This time next year we do a podcast. Maybe we have an idea of what's going on.
Exactly.
But currently, I don't know, because the thing is, I feel like I need to experience everything.
True.
All the rest
like
of
get
the
a taste of everything,
yeah,
like
taste of everything,
sample.
and then decide. And I also think it's a bit early. It's a bit like when you're 17, 18, you're making your career choice for the rest of your life. It's a bit like that. I'm a bit early.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
So give me some time, and hopefully I can understand. So,
See.
but one day, I mean, still want to be a film actor.
Oh.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe you can like combine.
Once I get my
Film.
once I'm a consultant or something, I'll be like, bitches in the movie. I don't know. I really wanted to do film. So hopefully.
I mean, you
I don't
can
know.
if you marriage medicine with film. What do you get?
No, I mean you can still be
Osmosis.
Yeah.
I mean, Osmosis is like a medical
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. So,
But
but
I mean, the thing is, the film as in like in movies and stuff. I don't know. Let's see what the future holds.
exactly.
That's
I
one
mean,
of my passions.
we
to
all
become.
had plans before
Yeah.
this year. And
Yeah.
back
Corona. But what
But-
about you, Joe?
I don't know. I mean, medical related, but yeah, I'd find my love in the sense that I still have to search for her or him.
Him.
Him. Which medical field is him? I think urology is more him. Yeah.
But
But I don't think so. I'll go
I
urology as
thought you
well.
were talking about like find my love as in
Oh
like.
no.
I was
no.
like, oh hell! I mean, I had nothing against gay people, but
Yeah.
oh hell!
True.
No, I'm sorry. But yeah, finding it's true. It's I feel
Yeah.
like we're all the
For,
same.
for now, I mean, I'm kind of into hormones,
Oh, like endocrinology stuff.
endocrinology. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
for all the
It's a good
non-medical
topic,
people. Yeah,
As in
for
to-
endocrinology is cool. I'll be touching up your throat, and do they touch breast? I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Touch
no,
breast.
touch
No,
breast.
sorry, examine breast. That's such a. Oh my goodness, I'm not even gonna get my license if I speak like this.
So,
But
I mean,
yeah, that's it. I think it's time, right? How long has it been?
it's
It's been an hour.
it's been a while.
I think we have to like cut it down, otherwise people will
People will be like crazy.
take down to the streets. and be
I
like,
think it's good that it's a good topic to
Yeah.
realize. I mean, the next we can maybe cover on the consequent podcast.
And
Hope-
we are in works with our saga thingy about the
Conspiracy
conspiracies.
saga.
But it's a project in the making, so it might take some time. Until then, you'll hear us, and we'll try to keep Corona in the shadows for now, because
It
Trust
lurks
me.
literally in the shadows.
True.
But
Because moment it comes out
because-
in the sun, boom.
yeah. So I mean that's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Yo,
Ciao.
me too. Ciao, ciao.